Get in touch.
Text 81333 and start your message with Tees.
BBC Tees.
Now, here on BBC Tees, we like to praise the heroism of our emergency services and really highlight their bravery. The RNLI voluntary crew at Redcar have been awarded for the rescue of a man who'd been fishing and was washed from the South Gare last year. Well, Redcar RNLI helmsman Mick Picknett is to be awarded one of the highest honours. The thanks of the institution inscribed on Vellum. Well, Dave Cox is the Deputy Launching Authority at Redcar RNLI, and he's with me on BBC Tees. Afternoon to you, Dave.
Hello, Neil.
Hiya, tell us about the rescue, if you would.
Well, the rescue was in October last year. Two gentlemen from the York area were fishing at the South Gare, and were actually finished fishing. We're on the way back to the car when, tragically, one of the gentlemen was washed off the breakwater by the sea into very, very horrendous sea conditions. Our Atlantic 75 lifeboat was launched with Mike Picknett in charge. He was the helmsman on the day, and through a combination of fantastic helmsmanship and really courage from the other two crew members that were on board the lifeboat, they were able to rescue the gentleman from the sea and start CPR until he was winched to an RAF Sea King helicopter and taken to James Cook University Hospital.
It's an incredible story. Tell us about these awards, Dave, if you would.
Well, the awards are very, very prestigious. The RNLI don't give any awards out willy-nilly, so to win any award from the RNLI is always very, very noteworthy. What Mr. Picknett, Mike Picknett, has received is, as he says, the what we call a Vellum. It's one step short of winning a medal from the RNLI, which are very, very rare. So it's a very, very high accolade in its own right. But unusually, both the two crew members that were on board, Barry Naggs and Mark Reeves, they've both received their own awards for the rescue of the gentleman itself. Mike Picknett's award is for his seamanship, and Barry Naggs and Mark Reeves' awards are for their rescue of the gentleman himself out of the sea into the lifeboat.
And how did you and your colleagues feel, when you heard that he'd been awarded for the rescue?
It was a little bit sweet and sour, I've got to say, Neil, because tragically the gentleman that we rescued didn't survive his ordeal. But having said that, though, no doubt, without the courage and skills of the crew members on board that lifeboat, it could well have been 4 tragedies instead of just one. So we're very proud of them, very pleased, and well deserved.
So what happens is there a big grand ceremony, or is it a very low-key event? What happens, Dave?
It'll be up to the guys, actually. They can choose to have a bells and whistles ceremony, but quite often with awards like this, it'll be done very locally at the lifeboat station, maybe with a bottle of beer or two somewhere appropriate, and it may well be a local celebration, because it involves everybody on the station. It's not just the 3 guys that were in the lifeboat. There's the crew that launched the lifeboat, the crew that recovered the lifeboat. So it's wider than the 3 guys, so we'll all be very happy to join in the celebration.
Is there a date in the calendar for that yet, then, no?
Not yet. It's very early days. The guys only found out themselves on Wednesday afternoon, so that'll be in the planning.
What's the... when that information is released to them, is there a look of shock on their face?
There often is, because our guys are naturally quite modest in what they do. It's a job, if you like, that they do very, very willingly. And to get any recognition, even just a simple thank you, is very worthwhile. But to receive official recognition like this really does strike home to the guys. They're very, very proud.
Obviously, Mike can't be with us this afternoon. Do pass on our regards, because it's as you summarised beautifully. It's a wonderful achievement, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and I'll be glad to pass on your congratulations.
Good to talk to you. Thanks a lot, Dave. Dave Cox with us here at BBC Tees this afternoon. 14 minutes away from 5.